There's something magical about disappearing. No one knows where you are. No one knows what you're going through.
Shiny.
No one can tell you what to do. And sometimes when the world is so chaotic, it's probably the best thing for you is escape into your own little world and become your own source of peace. Because I went through a lot last year. I tried to force a transformation. So I thought this year, let's see what happens when I slow down. So I started my morning with a nice little stretch in the mirror, really taking myself in. I realized how rarely I really take in moments to not only feel my body, but look at myself, loving everything I see. But this was a really nice way to start the day. Then I hit the trails for a little hike. Really being outside and in nature reminded me how grounding it can be, and it's a great way to reconnect with yourself. And what is even crazier is I haven't even told you guys about the mermaid retreat in Mexico that I went to like a year ago, almost over a year ago. That is where my true initiation of the transformation started. I cannot believe I haven't done a video on that. I feel like I will in the very near future now that I'm coming out of my shell, from under my rock, from hiding. But like I said, 2024 was this year of pouring into myself in a very different way than I think I had anticipated. So now that I'm kind of clear of that way of thinking, I can finally share with you that journey to Mexico, being with my mermaid sisters and finding myself in ways that I didn't think about before, and really tuning into myself in a different way that I hadn't before. But for right now, we are back home. And this is how we are living. Basically not giving into the rat race and fast-paced lifestyle that many of us are kind of sucked into, believing that's how we'll get to our happiness and the goals and being successful, whatever that means to you. So I hope to show you how I achieved that and how much better I felt just taking it slow. Now, as I hinted at a little earlier, I am a little impatient, so this did wonders for me in actually just taking my time with my movements, being intentional, being purposeful with every action and every scene, every capturing of what I was about to do. So in this part of my day, I decided to get back in tune with what I used to love to do as a child, which was drawing. And what felt like at first a doodle became something actually pretty crazy. I won't spoil what I ended up drawing by the end of this video, but I will share that it was really quite meaningful for me to see what came out of me just from like this freestyle drawing session that I, decided to do on my weekend, my free time. And it'd been a really long time since I've done this, since I did draw or do something for myself without caring about, being rushed to do something else, care about adulting, care about chores or anything else. So as you can see, something is starting to, do I want to use the word transform? Something is starting to come of my drawing. And at first, to be honest with you, I thought it was going to be gazebo. And over time, it was just like, nah, this is not the shape. This is not what that is. And what you'll notice here is I'm drawing a little door, little wire door, and now we have a little bit more picture of what this turned out to be. And at the very end, you'll see it's quite funny that I had drawn a cage, initially a bird cage, to be honest, or to be exact. And what I found pretty crazy about this like intuitive way of expressing myself was, since I have been inside a lot and staying to myself, this drawing was almost like a reflection of how I've probably felt, like a caged bird inside, that wants to be free and has the door open, or I could call it gate, the gate open to be free. And at the very end, I even drew musical notes. So I am just a singing little bird who wants to be. So not only did I get some sun on my skin and feeling wind in my hair again, just, breathing fresh air. That's always a good thing to do every now and then, especially after the cold winter nights.
Hoi yoi, hoi poloi, hoi nanoi, goi goi goi.
Oh my gosh. Hi. I'm feeling so light.
Okay, so until next time, I bid you adieu and à bientôt. See you on the next one. Bye.